Alright. That should do it. Just turn it on and off again. Alright. Alright. Hello. Oh. My thing's all the way on the other side. There we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. The rare instance I actually stream. How's it going, everybody? Rune Wolf, good to see you. How you doing, bud? I know. Luckily, I think we're okay. I think we're dealing with temperature fluctuations, and anytime that happens, or I have to reboot OBS, it flags my system every time I try to stream. Anywho, good to see you. Hello, Cryptid, Rune Wolf, Ghostly was in here. Ghostly, hope you were doing well. No, for whatever reason, where I play the music from wasn't loading. So all the intro, that whole playlist was just not, I don't know, the web page was down, whatever it was doing, but yeah, I'm not sure why. Doing good. Been writing a small outline for my take on the creature bag. That's awesome, Rune Wolf. Big fan of that. If you ever get a chance, you should definitely read. The John Carpenter script for his Creature from the Black Lagoon adaptation that never got made, but it's pretty good. Ghostly Sensei, I have been filled with eldritch empathy rage in memes in my. Oh dear. Oh no, Ghostly, what has happened? Alright, let's see if I can launch it without crashing the whole system. Ugh. I was half expecting that the computer would just catch on fire. It's been that kind of week so far, so luckily I think we're okay. I'm going to try to squeeze in getting some words done. We'll see how that goes. Oh, right, he did a take on Lagoon. I heard it was pretty banger. Yeah, it never got made, which is too bad, but the script is pretty good. It's just interesting to see what he would have done. All right, what do we got here? Oh, boy. All right, Discord, don't do anything crazy now. Let's hope Discord, All right, what do we got here? what? Oh shit! Is this empathy rage? This is beautiful, Ghostly. This is all because of yesterday. Ghostly, whatever company is billing Sensei at the moment. Drive by bar, the last thing seen at Hyundai. Ghostly's. You definitely feeling the rage. I appreciate it. I was in none too good a mood yesterday. I was definitely a grump. Here, let me. Let me see. It's more difficult. I have to download them and then show them because I do not want to just show Discord on stream. Yes, okay. I mean, if you put them in, you can also put them in the Discord too, Ghostly. You can throw these in the in the memes corner of the Discord. I don't care. They were for you after. Well, thank you, Ghostly. I did not put them in public Discord for fear of legal rating. Oh, I gotcha. But then it's okay to broadcast it on Twitch. Twitch would actually probably give more shits about that than Arson Unsay Hyundai. That's true. Win capitalism for why though? Here, I'll drop these on. I have to jump through some hoops to get it on stream. Just add for legal purposes. You already did that. But yeah, definitely drop these in the Discord. They're too good. Go see what the loser shit on the back. Oh, these are nobody for. That nobody and freelancers one is great. The Cat in the Hat one's really good too. They are an indentured servant without the indenture being cool and considerate to the guys you got. That's true. Yeah, that is. Oh boy. All right, hold on. Let me see if I have to. Let me download these really quick, and then I'll try to pop them on stream. It's for everybody who doesn't see them in the Discord. Your memes are fire, Ghostly. Your memes are fire. Always, without fail. That's really funny. That the Barbie that Barbie one is flipping hilarious. I they're in the Discord. Okay, they're in the Discord. I'm downloading them right now, but it's my computer is not playing nice, and it's also not playing nice with Discord. I don't know if Discord's not the most efficiently run program, so every time I launch it, it gets angry. She has a whole system. Ghostly is a meme master. That's true. Ghostly is the meme master, 100%. Ah! Why you got... Okay. Alright, let me... Actually, I might be able... let me see. Let me see if I can do this with... Okay, let me... Hold on. Let's do... Let's just do window capture. Is that actually... Okay, hold on one second. Are you having another heat wave, or is it just tired? No, we're having another heat wave. It's just... The temperature just goes down to 40 and then goes up to 80. Where it's messing me up. Not a fan. Not a fan of it. Moon Runes, welcome in. These are spite memes. I do appreciate the spite meme. Hold on. Okay, here. Let me see if I can bring this up. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I can share them this way. Okay, so yeah, this is this is pretty good. Brought to you by Ghostly, rocking some memes here. This one's really funny, Ghostly. An unnamed assailant Hyundai, that's pretty good. Win capitalism for why though? Ghostly to loser shit. Back off, bitch. That's funny. This one's my favorite, Ghostly. This one, far and away, is my favorite, and also an accurate. That is an accurate depiction of what it feels like. 100%. That's what it feels like. That's really funny. Company. This one too. This is a good one. Yeah. Yeah, also just deep, just very true. Like, without fail. Alright, there we go. Okay, just make sure I got that separated. Cool, okay. Perfect. Those are great, Ghostly. You knocked him out of the park again. Alright, let me actually properties that. I'll just make that focus to do. There we go. Ghostly. Anyway, I feel 2% better now. Ghostly. It definitely the memes made the plight of the working man much more bearable. So I appreciate it. Thank you. All right, I'm gonna close Discord because Discord's angry, man. I don't know if maybe it is the heat wave. I don't know, or it is making my computer mad. But how's it going, Moon Runes? Welcome in. Hopefully your week is going well. That printer mechanism, by the way, Moon Runes, is unreal. Big fan. I would just stare at that all day. That printer looks cool as hell. I give you permission to share with your fellow freelance. Yeah, I'll definitely send that to my buddy for sure. For sure. Thank you, Ghostly. It's the government. Yep. I was gonna be like, all of a sudden, there's just gonna be a knock on Ghostly's door, and the FBI's there. It's just like, are you making threats against one of these multinational corporations? um, yeah, it's pretty cool. It's so much nicer than the one I used to run LO. Yeah, bitch. I hope they try. Yeah, that's the proper attitude, Ghostly. That's gonna be the mentality we need in this bleak future moving forward. You should be proud of yourself for learning at Moon Runes. It looks like a lot. Yeah, I was gonna be like, it looks like a lot. It definitely. I mean, it's like a full on, industrial. Yeah, I mean, I guess it makes sense, a full on like industrial printer, but it's intimidating. But I'm also like deeply fascinated by it. You're doing good. You're in the middle of reading an arc, and I haven't been able to put down. Oh, like I'm assuming an arc is in like a story arc, like a manga book arc. Oh, okay, that was my old job. They had a shitty printer. You're like, oh, but this is so nice. Ghostly can feel the communists knocking on her funhouse, and she is just looking for an excuse to fight an eldritch god. Are you calling them communists? You sound like my dad. Oh, I got you. Advanced reader copy. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. It's the early promo copy. Yeah. Okay, gotcha. I thought, because people talk about arcs, in stories in anime, so, or manga, comics, things like that. That's cool. I mean, it's good. It's a good sign. Good sign. Good book. Do you know the author, Moonrunes? Or I'm assuming they sent it to you just for notes or feedback, or is it just a treat getting to read it early? It comes out, okay, yeah, okay, and you're gonna buy the print copy? Hell yeah. I remember when back in the day when I used to go to Comic-Con, they would I would always get like a million early advance copies because people would just be wandering around, and usually like late at night too. I think just because everyone would be coming back from like the rooftop bars or whatever. And as they like go through, you would just like, I'd be like wandering through at 3 a.m. and people would just be handing me like 9 different books that were all like, that's very funny. I requested and it got selected. I don't know her oh, nice. But we follow each other on Instagram. Hell yes, Moonrunes. Hell yes. I mean, and you requested and it got selected. That's badass. Badass. That's cool. But now you can. Now you can be like our like writer buds. No sensei, she is no sensei, she is cursed with a gotcha, uterus, and since it will be requiring a sacrifice soon. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. So you're ready. Okay, I gotcha. You're ready to fight some wars then. Most novels will hit New York Times their first week because pre-orders are gotcha, they're all counted in their first week, so handing out arcs help drum up those early sales. Yeah, I'll be leaving a review in return. Very cool. That helps. It's smart too. That works. Oh yeah, I was gonna say I got invited. It's funny, I'm doing it right before I have to fly to Rio. But that movie podcast I go on and do movies for, they want me to come on for like a special to talk about Sonia Green. So when that drops, I'll go ahead and link that in the Discord. But you'll get to have me go full mask off, probably ranting about the traumatic process of making a movie with with some other filmmaker folks. So that'll be fun. I crave violence. Understandable, Ghost. I would too. Oh shit, that's awesome. Nice. Yeah, it'll be a nice little thing. It's nice too because Sean's worked with me. We've worked together in the past where he was my director of photography. So it'll be fun to kind of go over it with those two guys. Watching 10 hours of Twilight over my Saturday Prime me for this. Whoa, Jesus Christ. That is a lot of Twilight, Ghostly. That is. Okay. I still love what they did in the last movie though, when they do show you that scene where they all murder each other, and then obviously it's like it like cuts back to being a future thing. But I saw it in the theater, and people literally just started screaming and crying because I think they didn't realize what was happening. Anyway, sorry, I could actually go on for a while about the Twilight movies because I'm kind of fascinated by them. Um, Well, look at you, Mr. Big Man. Well, let's calm down now. Let's not get crazy. Have you heard of the podcast? Are You Afraid of the Dark Universe? No. I mean, I know the Are You Afraid of the Dark show? Is it a podcast about the TV show? Also, since I realized something in my movie. Oh, you did. What did you realize, Ghostly? I'm very curious. What's so fascinating about Twilight? It's because it's like, I mean, I'm not a fan of it, nor am I a fan of the source material, but the first movie is actually kind of an interesting, it's directed really well, even though I don't think people give it a lot of, it's kind of directed like a weird, like, soapy glam movie, and I don't think anyone picked up on that at the time. I think because it's played so campy, and then the rest of the movies, like, pick up on this a little bit too, but they are really, like, the film adaptations of the source material are kind of fascinating. And also the fact that, like, both Kristen Stewart and Robert Pattinson are, like, fantastic actors. They're really good, so it's really interesting to see them play up this sort of, like, hyper sort of camp version of these characters. Anyway, they're really genuinely fascinating movies. Like, but they are, like, they could be insufferable, and also in a single go, it's a lot. The last movie was the only enjoyable amount of time, and most of that was because of Rami Malek's presence. I forgot he was in that movie. You're right. I realize you really like that one bearded friend of yours to have a guitar. Okay. Oh, Caters? Yeah. Oh, that's true, because he plays a guitar. Actually, there was a stupid, like, short comedy I directed years ago that Andy who plays Carter, and Caters did the guitar work for it, because he can shred, like, he's a really talented musician too. So for whatever reason, we always just kind of give him a guitar. That's might be why. But that's a good point. I did. Yeah. The guy who played the brother also had a guitar in the Christmas show. That's right. Yeah, he pops up and has the guitar. Oh, it's these two guys who decided to take on the task of creating a dark universe. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. The original, like, the original, like, Universal Monsters universe they were trying to do. That's cool. Oh, yeah, the first one was a great indie movie. Yeah, it's interesting. I will tell you right now, that shot in, I think it's New Moon, but it's one Bella crashes the motorcycle, and Jacob, just as he runs up, tears off his shirt, is incredible. Like, that moment is so, like, a movie that is, like, not hiding how, like, how horny baiting it's being will always get points for me. It's just very funny to me. It's very, yeah, anyway. I have no shame whatsoever. You have one type. Rami Malek, huh? I keep detailed notes on the Twilight film canon, its characters and their gimmicks. There is callbacks. There that is a thing. There are little, like, nods and callbacks for sure. Honestly, to a lot of things I don't know are even online, to be honest with you. A lot of inside jokes. Or inside, like, references to things that might not be online, now that I think about it. Did you take notes on the first one for Blue Devils, Ghostly? For Ghostly's adaptation of Blue Devils. Ghostly's adaptation of Blue Devils is incredible. Highly recommend. I think it should be made like that, and we should leave my folk horror story just on the table, because the Ghostly adaptation is wild. Completely in blue. Yeah. That's yeah, I'm curious, Ghostly. Do you have any other thoughts on Twilight, or was that it? It was just I wanted to burn my eyes out. I like those movies for reasons of Charlie, Alice, and Jasper. We're not talking about the fact that he was a Confederate soldier. That's not his fault. It's Stephanie Myers and Rami Malek. Okay. I forgot that Jasper was a Confederate soldier. That's true. That is true. Gotta love that. No, like that's actually my problem with it. Is I think most of the, I think as a movie they're kind of fascinating. I genuinely hate pretty much all of it. I'm impressed you made it through 10 hours of that, Ghostly. That's brutal. I certainly have never done that. It doesn't help that I don't like movies. You keep saying that. You keep saying you don't like movies. It was very funny. She came to the clubhouse so mad. It was delightful. Yeah, that makes, yeah. I mean, to be honest with you, if I was watching 10 hours of Twilight, I probably would be pretty mad about that too. It was the birthday request of my best friend. The things I do for love. That is true. That is true. We do sacrifice much for those we love. I guess, including 10 hours of our time and functionally a really strange vampire soap opera. It's interesting. I'm telling you, Ghostly, there's good movies out there, though. As someone who doesn't like movies, I think you just need to expand your horizons. But you know, you'll either just burn out or catch some things you like. Although you like Princess Bride, I know you like Princess. Or do you prefer the book Princess Bride over the movie? Twilight hits weird now from a publishing perspective because it was the last of a lot of major publishing traditions. Oh yeah. Yeah, it was kind of a. I mean, I don't know the ins and outs of publishing at all, but it was a big deal as far as I remember. Alice and Jasper had more tension and chemistry in their 10-second sparring scene in the last movie than Edward Bella did in 10 fucking hours of movie. What is the line from the first one? I was completely... Oh god, what is it? Something said when she's looking at him out the window. I was completely uncompromisingly. I can't remember what she says. In love with him, but and Spider Monkey, man, the Spider Monkey line. That's Spider Monkey line is one of the best lines in cinematic history, in my opinion. In my humble opinion. Like the midnight lineup for release, that was the last. Oh, really? We have not had another sense. Oh, interesting. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, right, because that was common with Harry Potter and a lot of those other, even like the Song of Ice and Fire. I remember people would line up for those books too. Holy shit, that's a good point, Cryptid. Yeah, we have never. Is there a reason why? Is that just not how they're dropped anymore? Is that why, or people just don't buy physical print anymore, or we just that's the system behind publishing has just completely moved away from that. Oh, thank you, Ghostly. I was completely and irrevocably in love with him. Thank you. That's it. The fact that you know this line at all really shows your age, Muppet. Oh, I saw Twilight in the theater a number of times. I was like fascinated with those movies. I am the old one. Gahulin, and this is my human lover, Anne. Wait, what is that from? Is that from the You named my daughter after the Loch Ness Monster? Oh, yeah, yeah. It's not because of this. It was just that big. It's just the timing. Ebooks. Got you. Yeah. And Macmillan being a fuck, yeah. Gotta always blame one of them. I saw Twilight in theater as well. Yeah. I have a fancy anniversary edition of Twilight. Ghostly Encrypted. Oh, really? That's cool, Moon Runes. It's pretty. I'm sure it is. A lot of those books are. Did anyone ever read those? Like, didn't you write a series that was told from another perspective, or like from Edward's perspective, or something like that, where it was like the same story just from an utterly different. Oh, that's before my own Eldritch Twilight. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Remove. That's badass. I also saw Twilight in theaters, but only the first one. I think the second. I think I was in college for the second ones, so I was not. I think I watched those at home. I think the only one I did catch the last two in theaters. I think I saw them all, but the last one in theaters. There you go. Okay, yeah, because it would be funny to see an Eldritch take on Twilight. I mean, that's or Eldridge. Sorry, Eldridge take on Twilight. Yeah, yeah, that would yeah, that would be cool. I a mashup. I mean, it's like a comic book mashup. Macmillian is an ebook embargo that fucks over libraries and so. Oh, of course, yeah, they all do that. I mean, that's actually part of the reason why people can't rent movies. I mean, that was how a lot of the movies I watched as a kid we got from the library. Um, and because of streaming now, they tend to, they're moving away from that model, which sucks because you can't even rent movies. Or a lot of the movies that are locked behind stream paywalls, they're not being released physically or released outside of the streaming, so it's hard to get them on at a library, access to them at a library. So glad to see publishing's doing that too. They just, yeah, publishing, yeah, there you go. And an ebook embargo, gotta love it. Midnight Sun, that's it, Moon Runes, thank you. Yeah, that was it. Ghostly was a small child she did not see in theaters. She saw it in her best friend's living room just recently. I love her, and I had fun for her, but it was my hell. Well, good, way to be a good friend, Ghostly. Way to be a good friend. When she told me her idea for her birthday over her phone, I groaned and she said to me, and I quote, "But you love me." Well, you're a solid friend. You did your friend a solid there. That's good, Ghostly. I'm glad. But yeah, it's the rise of digital access like ebook and audiobook. Almost dropped my tea. Both. Let's see. Audiobook became both affordable and pushed so much earlier. I gotcha. Back when audio was 60 plus and didn't come out till some. Yeah, I was gonna be like, that was a years later thing. As far as my memory of it is that audiobooks were always like way, way after. I know what you are, I said to Cthulhu. Say it. He replied back, "You're an Eldritch God. Shiny Eldritch. Shiny, I like that. Shiny Eldritch God." Yep. Sparkly. Yeah, sparkly Eldritch God. Yep. Amazing, Rune Wolf. Yeah, that's good. Although, if you were paying attention in Nosferatu, I did clock this, and I'm pretty sure there's a little bit of sparkle at the very end when Nosferatu is about to die, when he's like getting burned by the sun. Spoilers, I guess, if you've never seen any adaptation of Nosferatu or Dracula. But when he starts to get it, there's a little bit of like that little shimmer. And I was like, and Eggers did say that every major vampire adaptation he put a little nod to in the movie. So I'm pretty sure that was his nod to Twilight. I see you, Eggers. I see what you're doing. I see what you up to. And back at the YA hardback was so affordable. Yeah, even a hardcover was only $15. So it was the most affordable way to get it, and pirating ebooks wasn't common yet, so e-readers were still very new. Gotcha. Yep. To be fair to Twilight, Ghostly would hate 10 hours of any movie ever. Doesn't matter that they were bad. They could be great. Best movies ever made. Still personal torment. I mean, 10 hours is... Most people don't enjoy watching movies for 10 hours, Ghostly. That's not a normal thing. That's just a normal yeah. Yeah, I was like by hour 3. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's a few movies that are like close to 3 hours or some that are over 3 hours that I would defend. But not many. Not many films justify a crazy runtime like that. Although I did love Bellatar's Satan Tango, which is a 7.5-hour movie. I've seen that movie twice in theaters, which is insane. It's 3 intermissions. Wasn't Dune like 7 hours? No, Dune was like 5. And it's only, but it's 2 movies, Ghostly. It's two films. They split. That's why they split it into 2. I think both of them are 2.5 hours. It was like a year long. Oh boy, Ghostly's. It's not even done yet. You still got one more movie to go. Although I guess those 2 movies are the adaptation of the first book. So to be fair, those don't count. I guess it would because Dune Messiah is a separate book. Oh Lord, I won't make it. You gotta finish Paul's arc, Ghostly. Good Lord. Ugh. If you're gonna, you know the movies Ghostly likes. What are the movies Ghostly likes? I know you like Princess Bride. You've talked about Princess Bride, so I'm assuming that one. Charlie Chaplin films really capture the attention. You like silent films, like Chaplin movies. Like those are great. Modern Times is one of the greatest movies ever made. So is The Great Dictator. I mean, City Lights. I used to have a really soft spot for City Lights. Um, I just the conceit of it is a really interesting movie where it's she doesn't realize that he's a tramp, that a poor tramp because she's blind, but also one of the best reveals ever when he's sleeping on the statue. Stooges are my jam. Stooges are great. So you like so Ghostly likes comedies. Yeah. Yeah, you like comedies. Three Stooges are great too. The Great Dictator yeah. The speech from The Great Dictator is fantastic. Oh man, the original Silent Era Phantom is a fantastic movie. Highly recommend. Highly recommend. Yes, I do love those movies, but Ghostly was making a joke at old silent films being short. The old silent films were not that short, Ghostly. In some cases they were actually very long. But like you're talking about like the gags. Like there were gag bits. Like Stooges did a lot of like short gags. In the silent era, because those movies like Charlie Chaplin's The Circus, which is like 25 minutes or 30 minutes long. The ones Ghostly has seen. Gotcha. You watched all of Nosferatu, of the original Nosferatu? Oh, that was rough. I mean, interesting. Okay, it's okay. All right. Okay. I mean, the original Nosferatu is a slow watch today. I would argue that movie's not moving at a breakneck pace. Wait a minute, Ghostly, you liked The Crow. Wait a minute. I was like, wait a minute. Ghostly, you've liked The Princess Bride. I know you like The Princess Bride, The Crow. You talk about Dune. Whether or not you actually like Dune, although your commentary is great. The Crow is yeah, like I'm just saying, like The Crow is longer than Nosferatu. Of the original Nosferatu, not the new one. Not the Eggers adaptation, but the original Nosferatu. We have one in mass, and it's such a treat. That's cool. Oh yeah, OG Silent, Ian Chaney, Phantom of the Opera are fantastic. Yeah, and also the lighting effects. I like Dune. I just cannot watch more than like 4 movies a year. Cannot handle it. Interesting limitations. I was gonna be like, you have capped that if you watch 10 hours of Twilight movies. That's rough, kid. There's a lot of good movies out there. You might want to, if you can only do 4 a year, you might have to. I mean, you were being a good friend, but you gotta be more discerning if you can only do 4. You watched The Princess Bride again, all the Twilight movies, and Iron Lung. Yeah, it's a lot. That's a lot. It's a lot of movie. That is a lot of movie. My attention span is that of a brain dead child. Sensei. I don't know. I think you give you should give yourself more credit. You tracked Dune well enough, and you intuited like a lot of the subtext of Dune pretty well too. So you were able to focus on that. Let's see here. The one. Let me see. Oh, you got to go to the movie house with the original organ. Wait, Cryptid, you go to a movie house with an original. That's true. That I do recommend that. We used to do that for. God, I think I watched a D.W. Griffith movie, and they had an old organ. It was like at an old. I think it was like might have been at the Phoenix Opera House, but they had an organ, and it was wild. It's a good time. Well, yes, I am smart and brilliant and good at plot, but it's so painful to watch movies, man. That's funny. That's where I saw Phantom. It was magical. Nice. That's, yeah. anytime you get to watch it in a theater with an organ with a live musician playing, that really captures like how that feels to have seen it at the time. Amazing. Amazing. My dad and I were the only people there who drove a Camry, or only people who drove a Camry there, but we had a blast. Nice. Yeah, that. Yeah, dealing with a bunch of wealthy folk, perhaps. All right. I just realized. Okay, so we are at. It's 4 p.m. here. I have a hard out at 6, so I don't know if we're gonna be able to do 3 sprints today. I wanted to try to do 3, but we'll at least do 2. Um, it's like pulling teeth to get me to sit down to watch a movie. Now, can I watch a 6-hour YouTube video about the lore of a video game I've never played? Absolutely, but I don't make the rules. It's no, it's a thing. There's a psychological, there's a cognitive and neurological process that's occurring there that makes that make sense. That's why a lot of us can do that. Um, Movies actually do require, well, because movies are oftentimes like reading. They require like grammar and a degree of focus that we can kind of pass in and out on a sort of particularly like lore based videos or anything that's like general narration. It's a lot easier for us now. Whether or not we retain all that information as well is a different story, but it's a less complicated neurological process. um do During intermission, we got our tour of the organ and fucking nerds. It was lovely. Nice, nice. Rules. You got it. You're fine, Ghostly. Okay, I'll be here for the first sprint, and then I have to run the last. No worries. Yeah, I've got a hard out. I gotta get stuff ready, but I wanted to at least get one stream before I run off to Rio. So, Ghostly's in charge. But you got me till late. Yep, no worries. No worries. I'll have you know I remember everything about my 7-hour Delta Pass deep dive. That's good. That's hey. I had a documentary phase where I was watching nothing but like deep diving docs. It's a thing. It's a thing. But watching movies can oftentimes be a lot like reading. There's a lot more. It requires a lot more than just merely like listening to information be presented. Particularly, it made especially hard too if you have like sensory issues. And the only tism I have is the rhythm. There you go, Ghostly. There you go. Hell yeah. All right. We better dive in. Let's get to writing, or we could be talking about the nuances of 8-hour lore videos versus cinematic experiences all day. All right. Let me make sure I got my stuff up here. Okay, cool. All right, everybody. Happy writing. We'll be listening to my tunes, so obviously mute if that isn't your jam. And happy writing. And away we go. Alrighty. And there's the end of that sprint. Alright. Let me start the down timer. Bam. Hopefully some work was done, hopefully. I'm just trying to get this thing. Originally, man, originally I had planned to have this script done at the end of the year last year. That did not happen. So I'm desperately trying to get this thing to where it's outlined, so when I get back from Rio, I can just immediately jump into pages and get it written. Because also I haven't talked about the fact that I need to actually get the second draft of Schism done too, because that actually needs to go out. And then I also have some other scripts I need to wear, so I am like behind. Ghostly, look, life happens, Sensei, for real. It really does. For real. Cryptid will rooting for you. I should be able to run something. Oh yeah, no stress if you can't, but yeah, because I leave Monday and I get back on Saturday. Yeah, I'm probably gonna be pretty fried. We'll see if I can even my goal is to be able to the following week actually get this script, at least a majority of the script written in the next 2 weeks after I get back. That's going to be the goal, but I have to also I have a lot of things have to happen. I viewed my old notes from last time, so now I know what I'm doing a bit. That's good, Cryptid. That's good. This is true. You need to write a Waffle House scene. That's true, Ghostly. That after you sent that Waffle House picture, it's like there might have to be a picture at the Waffle House. Maybe instead of a park, that's where Dalton will. Maybe that's where he'll be finally lured at the very end. We'll see him get taken away by the eldritch being at a Waffle House. Try not to beat yourself up too much, Muppet. They've been busy, so it's too, so it's no sweat. I know you'll get done. Waffle House parking lot, perfect. Yeah, right. Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, half of that scene is him yelling about, where life put him. Waffle houses aren't exactly known for being in the most affluent of areas. The problem is that there's not as many Waffle Houses in LA, and it's supposed to take place on the east side of LA. I think there might be a couple. I'd have to look, but usually I remember in college, we had a Waffle House right next to the house we all lived in. So I'm always used to that Waffle Houses can be downtown, but it's actually pretty rare. Usually, it's off just outside of town. Trucker stop type joint. But yeah. You know what's funny is one of the first notes I had, and actually when I was writing Schism the first time, the opening sequence where, the kid's walking home, and I was like, that's such there's points where you put your perspective as you were growing up where you're like, yeah, you'd fucking walk home. Nobody in LA walks home. That's people would look at you and almost be offended if you were walking. I can say this as someone who walks in LA a lot. People would almost look at you like there's something wrong with you if you were just walking home, particularly at night. It's just not a thing people in LA do. And mostly, I'm assuming if I'm a high school kid, I wouldn't be. So there's two venues there. There's you take the bus, you take public transit, or you call an Uber. And then I remember I was just calling an Uber actually sets up, I guess, the rules of the world a lot better. So I almost immediately, before I even finished writing the first draft, I was like, yeah, I have a whole sequence built around him being isolated while trying to call an Uber, as someone who has tried to get an Uber and had some problems with the phone and been stranded, legit, it can be a little bit of a legit fear there. It was really damn. I thought they were everywhere except the Northeast. I mean, yeah, there's some out in LA, in the surrounding area. I'm just wondering if there's any in the city, in the area, the localized area. Waffle House at 2 a.m. This is why you steal bikes. That's true. That is true. You could just steal bikes. Although, as someone who's had their bike stolen a million times, funny enough, not in LA. It's when I lived in Colorado. When I lived in Fort Collins, Colorado, I had 3 bikes stolen I just I empathize too much. I can't steal bikes. It's too much of a dick move. I've been stranded because of some dude stealing my bike. It's always the Victorian children criminals. That's true. That is true. That's damn crackheads be rolling. It's not crackheads. It's the people who stole bikes were not crackheads. I hate to leave. Of course, Cryptid. Yes, go. Enjoy your game. I practiced my accent because Penny got the parting perception check, so I think I'm in for the opening. Nice. No, you got this, Cryptid. Go have fun. Have fun playing your game. I watched a crackhead steal a bike before. I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but it was in Colorado. That is funny, though. Love you, nerds. Have a lovely rest of the stream. Ghostly in charge. All right, yeah, have a good night, Cryptid. Have fun playing the game. I am going to go get more water before we start our next sprint, though. I got you, Chief. Thanks, kid. Ghostly's in charge. Ghostly will be wielding the hammer. I should probably go get... Yeah, let me go get water. All right, I'm going to go get water, and I think we'll see if I have tea. I might be out of tea. But we'll go ahead and dive into our second sprint when I get back. All right. There we go. Seattle is a crazy place. Seattle, yeah, I mean most big cities are, but Seattle has a unique vibe to it. Some people like it, some people don't. I definitely prefer like Portland, Oregon over Seattle, but I know a lot of people who like Seattle. At 13 years old, Ghostly had to hide under a bridge to avoid a man high out of his mind. Yeah, that makes sense. Actively screaming, riding a bike, I witnessed him steal, but hey, there were salmon under the bridge, so that's silver linings. Did you catch the salmon, Ghostly? Did you just like just as you're hiding out, just grab a salmon, bring it home, feed your family with the salmon? That is true though. Yeah. I mean, unfortunately a lot of times in big cities you just get that sometimes. No, I just appreciated them. I'm sure they were gorgeous, particularly if they were. I'm assuming they were in the river. Or they might have been coming, probably in, or going out. I guess if they were big, they were going out. They're going out to sea. That's cool though. That's cool. A guy won the street once asked how much for my toddler. Oh, that's fucked up. Yeah, that makes sense. I used to go run. I live down in Westlake. If you ever want to Google a spot in LA and look around just on like Google Cam, I used to live right next to MacArthur Park down in Westlake and in downtown LA, and I used to go run at the park because they had like there are like cycles, and I had some. Those guys there were guys there that used to shout some choice things at me when I would go running. So these are the reasons I think Seattle is a hellscape. I mean, it's not a hellscape, but yeah, you are seeing an unfortunate side of it. And yeah, you get a few of those people for sure. The West Coast is not Ghostly favorite. No offense, Sensei. I mean, yeah. I mean, yeah, you get it on both sides. I've gotten it in New York too. You get crazy people, and you get drugs and people on a lot of drugs, and they're just out of their minds. You can thank Reagan in the '70s for that. Oh, you've never been that high up, yeah. I mean, it's just any metropolitan city, you're gonna get some of that. I mean, some places are worse than others, but Seattle, I was never too familiar with Seattle. I mean, I know Portland's got some of it too. San Francisco is probably the worst now, at least, in terms of just seeing like a desolate hellscape. But I haven't been to Seattle since when I was in Seattle. It was 2018. It was 2018 or 2017, and I had a good time when I was there. But it just isn't my jam. I don't know. There's something about Seattle that just, I don't know. The people there are strange. It's a different vibe than like the other parts of the Pacific Northwest that I guess I just don't. Yeah, I guess that would maybe, yeah. There are parts of Seattle that make me feel like I'm in New York, but it's like in New York you expect the sort of abrasive, like they're not mean. Well, they're mean, but they're not like sinister about being mean. They're just blunt. That's just the whole thing about New Yorkers. But Seattle has like that edge to it, that vibe, but I feel like they actually do like hate you. like deeply hate you. That was the vibe I got when I was in Seattle. Yeah, Portland is just a strange place. Portland is like my jam, man. The only problem that I have with Portland is just how white it is, which is my problem with a lot of those like quirky small towns. I've never felt comfortable in a place that's overwhelmingly white because it almost always results in people talking about their, like, the topic of conversation. If you get a large population of white people around each other, it gets so obnoxious. It's insufferable. Portland's better though. Portland's better than say like parts of Colorado. Girl, Portland is not a small town. Yeah. It's smaller than Seattle. But yeah, I meant that more in comparison to like one of the big metropolitan areas. Portland is not the biggest city on the West Coast, is what I mean. You've got LA, you've got Oakland, San Francisco, Seattle, San Diego. Yeah, bigger spots. Portland's not like huge. Where I live is a population of 4,000. Portland is not small. That's true. Yeah. That is true. It's small comparatively. Actually, yeah, I wonder, it would probably be in the top 20 cities, I would assume. But yeah. Yeah, the population where you're at, Ghostly, is more like where my family's at in Wyoming, where there's like nobody. There's like, I think Saratoga is the nearest like population hub in Wyoming, and I'm pretty sure there's only like maybe like 7,000 people in Saratoga. The less people, the better. You're a woodland creature, indeed. I guess a woodland creature, belonging in areas of small populations. It's a thing. I don't know if I could go back. Well, that's not true. I probably will just wander into the woods. All right, time to write. We'll see you on the other side. Happy writing, and away we go. Alrighty, everybody. That is the end of that sprint. Unfortunately, that will be the last sprint of the evening, as I do have to run. Got some meetings I gotta deal with tonight and prep for Rio. Endless sadness and agony. Wait, oh, for me? Yeah, that's why we're not doing another stream, is because I actually have to go do endless sadness and agony. I'm still editing some of those video stuff too. That's not even over. I still gotta do that tonight because they needed it this morning, and then they wanted more changes. Because of course they did. Endless sadness and agony. It's how it is. Oh no, Sunshine and Coast. No, we'll see. We'll see. I will be very lucky if I get to spend any time, like actually out and about at Rio. I have a feeling I'm gonna be stuck in a facility filming for most of it. We'll see. If it's anything like Hawaii, the last time I was in Hawaii, I was there for a whole week and I never saw the sun until the last day I was there, when I woke up to watch the sunrise over the ocean, and then went out and swam before we had to get in the car and head to the airport. So, oh no, it's not like a facility. Yeah, it's not like a facility. It's usually like resort stuff. So we're filming at these resorts. So it's a fancy facility. So, well, you should enjoy the lack of sun. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's true. Although when you're there, you kind of want to partake, in the local flair. So, let me see this. Okay, hold on. I want to drop this in and see what the vibes are of this. You should. I'm not. I mean, I'm a vampire only some of the time, Ghostly. I just found this back in the graveyard rave days. Okay. I mean, it's good. Oh yeah, I like the back and forth. Moon Runes, yes, have a good night, Moon Runes. Oh, thank you. Yes, and hopefully streaming will be normal when I get back. We'll see though. Who knows? The way 2026 is starting out is a lot of bullshit. But I hopefully have a little bit of time, Moon Runes, have a great night. Take care. Enjoy your book. I hope it ends as well as it has been going. But yeah, have a great night, and we'll catch you all next time. This is good stuff, Ghostly. I'm gonna add this to a playlist. I can see why it would track for Schism. I do like the back and forth a lot. It's got a little bit of like a sing-songy like 50s vibe, even though it's very clearly modern. Where are you? There we go, faves. Okay. All right, everybody. Well, I'm going to call it there. I got to run, but I love you all. Ghostly, always a blast getting to hang with you. Moon Runes and everybody else. Always a blast getting to hang with you all. I'm sorry it's been few and far between this year, but hopefully as the year continues, things chill the fuck out. But, all right. Love you all. Take care of yourselves. Be kind to yourselves. Be kind to others. And we will catch you all. I'm more than halfway through, and I don't know how to... Yeah, there you go. Just Moon Runes. Power through it, Moon Runes.